Okay, so I am on my way to my parents' house. It is Tuesday afternoon. I am filming this on my phone, so apologies for what the quality looks like. I literally have no idea. But it is Tuesday and I'm on my way to my parents because I am in dire need, you can probably tell, of like an MOT, like a beauty MOT. I'm very low maintenance when it comes to looking after myself. I am very aware of this. I don't like to do my hair apart from wash it and brush it. I don't really wear makeup, like literally wear makeup maybe like 5 times a year. But my eyebrows haven't been waxed since possibly before South Africa. My lashes haven't been lifted since before South Africa. My tash hasn't been waxed since before South Africa. So I'm on my way there now for basically all of those to be done. Mum has recently been qualified in like a new, or like trained in a new type of way of doing eyebrows. I don't really know what it is. I just told her she can do what she wants. I'm not that fussed. I don't really care as long as I look like I'm tidy-ish. So she's going to try some new technique on my eyebrows. And then I think if we've got time, she's going to also dye my hair a little bit darker as well. Possibly get it cut again, just a little bit neatened up. Don't really know what the plan is, but basically I'm going there. She booked me in for this afternoon. So I'm heading there now. It is 2:30, so I'll be there in about 15-20 minutes-ish. And yeah, that is the plan for this afternoon. And then I have got to train as well because it is Tuesday. So I've got my day 1 squats and bench today. I'm feeling pretty good though. I will give you guys an update on my diet and things in a little while. And just like my recent check-in with Jane. And obviously I'll talk you through training and stuff in a bit. But yeah, just checking in on my way there. And then I will be back soon with hopefully just a much fresher face. I'm hoping it doesn't take too long, which it probably will, because we'll also chat loads. Because I think we've also got to sort out car insurance while I'm there because we're on a multi-policy. So that's annoying, but that's fine. We'll get that sorted today. And then when I get back, it's just going to be have a quick snack, train, and try and get a reasonably early night. I kind of need to do some meal prep tonight, but I'm probably not going to because I won't have time. But we'll see.
We head for the sky, it's alright. Our wings wouldn't fly, it's alright. If we are crashing down again, pieces of love, it's alright. Scattered in mud, it's alright. You're giving me a lie again. And tell me what you want, this time I won't take it to the heart. Cause I know we won't make it out, I've heard it all before. Yeah, tell me what you want, let me hear that I'm the only one. You know that we won't make it out, we've heard it all before. It's alright. So let's move on. It's alright, so let's move on. It's alright, so let's move on. It's alright.
Okay, so it is 29 minutes past 8, so it's 8:30. I don't know why I was that specific with the time. It's 8:30, Tuesday evening, finished training. Literally, as I was setting up at like 20 past, 7:30, I was thinking to myself, how did I used to train like multiple nights in the week and not start training, like getting into my parents' garage until gone 8 p.m. Like the amount of times I trained from 8 until like 10, half 10 is actually so crazy to me now. Mostly because I'm like a massive grandma now and I like to just go to bed early. But like I was balancing a full-time job at that point as well. And I had to travel over half an hour to get to there from where we lived before. Plus coaching too, like don't get me wrong, obviously coaching wasn't as busy, which is why I was still working full time, but like, that was a lot. It's not really surprised my training's going so much better now that I have much better balance, which I sort of have fantastic balance, but it's considerably better than it was. And actually I'm really proud of how I've been balancing things lately. But anyway, I'm feeling so good now, apart from the fact I'm starving. Having like freshly waxed eyebrows, tash, dyed hair, makes you feel so good in yourself. Yeah, no, I'm actually feeling really good. That session was fine, nothing moved difficultly, like everything was pretty comfortable. I did make sure on my last 2 sets of high bar, which I didn't film, to really go deeper on my squats, just because I feel like I have been erring on the borderline part the last few blocks with heavy squats, and I want to make sure that obviously everything is in and undeniable. So that's something I'm really going to focus on this block. but I'm pretty happy with how squats moved. Bench moved absolutely fine. My butt stayed down on every single set, even though like I had my feet further forward than I was used to, because I used to put my feet a lot further back to keep my butt down, which I don't really feel like I have to do anymore. So no, considering I also haven't eaten properly today, like unless I haven't eaten properly, I had most of my food a lot earlier in the day. Like I haven't had a meal since like 12 o'clock. I had an apple when I got home at 6:30, 6:45-ish, but that was literally all I've eaten since 12. So I'm not exactly optimally fueled either, which obviously I'm going to make sure to be better with for the coming weeks, especially like I want to get the most out of my nutrition coach, right? Like I need to not slack on things like that. So overall though, happy with the session. Recovery felt decent, performance felt good. Nice quick session. Yeah, no complaints from me. Had my first check-in with Jane yesterday. So she sends a form out on like Sunday afternoon, evening to fill in by the end of Monday. And then I don't know what hours she works, but the updated sheets came through Monday evening ready for today. And she has increased my food. So my weight dropped a lot that first week. So the first day, last Monday, I was 87.9, which was definitely retention, which was made clear by the fact that the next day on Tuesday, I was 87.5. But the week leading into starting with her, I was kind of around the 87.3 to 87.5-ish range. And I finished the week on 86.5 on Sunday. So the goal is to lose 250 grams a week, roughly, to get me down to 85.5 the week of comp, and then do an acute cut from there. And my weight was just dropping off so fast. Obviously, just because I was actually being consistent. And what also happened, so she increased my calories by about 100, I think it's about 150-ish calories, put my carbs and fats up a little bit on both training and rest days. Obviously, I'm happy with that. And so with that, I also on Sunday had fish and chips. I say fish and chips, I had sausage and chips at the beach with my boyfriend. So we went and took Zuko to the beach, and to be honest, I just didn't really plan ahead. I was really hungry by the time we got there. We ended up being out longer than kind of planned. And I was like, you know what, I will have some. I'll just make sure, because I had the calories spare for it. Obviously, you can't track that sort of thing completely accurately, but I tracked it as accurately as I could on MyFitnessPal. And actually that with a protein shake when I then got home and had trained was kind of perfect in terms of macros. So had that, and I woke up Monday morning 87.1. And then today, new low weigh-in since starting with Jane of 86.4. So I'm already mid 86s, which is literally what the goal would have been for the end of this week. So fingers crossed we can increase food again next week. But to be honest, I've been feeling really hungry. And one thing I really like about Jane and what she monitors is she does monitor your hunger levels, but also she monitors your stress levels. And it's made me really, I was talking to my mum about this earlier, having to think every day about how stressed I've been feeling has actually been really, really positive for me, because it's just made me a lot more self-aware. Like, I know I have a really bad habit of overworking and making myself more stressed than necessary and trying to do, like, I've got so many ideas in my head of things I want to develop and do, but I'm someone that, because that idea's in my head, I feel like I have to do it there and then, otherwise I'm a failure. And so that's obviously not a productive way to work. So working with Jane, like, and just monitoring my stress levels from day to day, I've actually found like the first week, there were a lot more days where I was more higher or like moderately stressed. But this last couple of days, I've literally just not felt stressed at all. And I'm really making a conscious effort, especially while I'm prepping for comp. Like, I can't guarantee low stress all the time, obviously. But because I do work for myself mostly, I can obviously manage my workload to help reduce stress and stuff like that, and bring up in new systems to help me with my stress and everything. So, and also to be fair, the company that I work for as well in the mornings, like, they're so good with that sort of thing. Like, if I ever did feel stressed through that job, I know I could speak to my manager about it. But like, and that's obviously quite a privileged position to be in. But what I was going to say was, I'm just making a really conscious effort to not engage with things that stress me out. And it's definitely helping with a lot. My sleep quality hasn't been fantastic, but I've still been managing to be in bed for close to 8 hours. I think the lowest sleep I've recorded since we started was 6 hours, which was just the night of British Juniors. Or like the night before we travelled for Juniors. But actually, every other night, it's been like at least 7 hours in bed, I think, which granted, I might not be fully asleep for all of them. And I do wake up quite a lot in the night, which is something that I'm really trying to work on and just kind of get better quality sleep. But overall, like, I'm just feeling a lot better in myself. And obviously my nutrition is a lot better. Even like, my body just feels healthier because I'm not as inflamed from eating more junk food and stuff too, which does make a big difference for my body. So basically, things are good. I'm happy. I'm feeling really good. And I don't think there's any other updates. I'm just glad to have the extra food in my system. Not that I can really notice it right now because I was an idiot with my planning today and I just didn't plan ahead. Also, something that's really funny is, so I put up, literally just now uploaded before I started, the first video of this series that's obviously already up, which the thumbnail literally says, I have a coach, okay? And I put up a screenshot of that on my Instagram story with the link to the video. And I've had so many people message me asking me if it's clickbait, asking me if it's April Fools, asking me who I've hired. Like, so it's such an unbelievable concept that I've chosen to obviously hire someone. Granted, I've worded it as if I've got like a coach where it's just a nutrition coach. I say just very loosely, like it's obviously not just a nutrition coach. Like that is just as valuable to me as a powerlifting coach would be. But I think people have read that and just assumed I mean powerlifting coach. But obviously I don't want to say I just, because I am a nutrition coach. Like we are very valuable people. I have a nutrition coach. But yeah, anyway, I just thought that was really funny. I'm gonna stop talking. I will check in with you guys tomorrow if there's any updates. Probably not really. I think I've really got a lot planned for tomorrow actually. I'm gonna try and log off work by 3:30. I was about to say 4, but I'm gonna challenge myself to log off by 3:30, maybe be more productive. I've been really trying to make sure I keep my phone out for each one I'm working as well. I do all my client replies on WhatsApp on the actual app on my computer anyway. The only time I use my phone for messages is when I'm voice noting people in response. So I just try and keep my phone like a little bit more out of reach when I'm working, just to help me with my productivity, which is definitely working. And to be honest, I just want to reduce my screen time. Like I feel like I'm really bad for that at the moment. So that's one thing I'm really focusing on, which I think has helped with my stress levels as well, just not being as on my phone all the time. Anyway, I'm gonna stop. Okay, it is Wednesday. I don't even think I can call it afternoon. It is the evening. It is 20 to 6. I'm pretty sure I said out loud yesterday, I'm gonna make sure I finish work about 3:30 today. That hasn't happened. Didn't take a lunch break either. Like obviously I ate, but I literally just grabbed stuff and just ate it at my desk. Not ideal. Did I need to do all of the work I did today? No. Could I have saved a lot of it for tomorrow when it's actually a rest day and I'd have more time and not have to worry about fitting training in? Yes. Do I still need to go to the gym and do accessories after this? Yes. And was I going to meal prep so that I have food with me tomorrow when I'm out of the house? Yes. And now I probably won't have time. But it's okay. Not too stressed, not drama. It just means I'll probably be a little bit hungrier during the day tomorrow. And I'll just take more snacky bits instead. But that's fine. I will survive, I'm sure. Anyway, it is Wednesday afternoon, evening, definitely evening by this point. Last and press ascending 7s tonight, and then deadlifts, top double, back off set of 5, and then 2x5, nice and light, focusing on technique. Also need to film a technique review video for one of my clients, just to explain a slight change we're gonna make to her form. So I've got to get that done tonight, but I'll do that at the end of my session once the bar's already over there and I'm kind of set up and done. It will also force me to strip the bar before I finish as well, rather than just leaving whatever's left on the bar from my last set on there until I come in here on Saturday. So yeah, it's been a good day though. No major updates. Zuko's been mostly good. He has destroyed 4 different teddies in 4 days. Bearing in mind these are all teddies he's had since he was little as well, so it's very sad. But his adult teeth are through now and he's just getting to that destructive teenager phase, but that's fine. We're just running low on dog toys, but they're like actual like plushy kind of toys. Like they're not like hard firm dog toys that are built to last, so I'm not too surprised that they're being broken. I actually don't think I've got anything interesting to tell you guys. It's just been a work day, a busy work day. I've updated, so I haven't uploaded them to my clients' sheets yet. I'm basically currently in the process of updating the sheets that I use. And then I'm going to slowly transition them onto my clients' current programs and everything. So one thing I've done today is added a calendar to my sheets so that I can see like the year in a whole, see them each month separated into obviously individual sections, and just see the calendar laid out in front of me. Can mark comp dates, can mark important dates, things that we need to know, can mark end of block, stuff like that. So the clients can obviously see, and I can more easily count down the weeks and plan around the plans for the year. So we can also do like high priority comps, low priority comps, just mark things out, make things a bit more organized, which I do currently anyway, but I just do it like, I look at the calendar on my phone, I count the weeks, and then I make a note of the weeks, which is just less easy, you know? It's easier to just have a set calendar on everyone's sheets, 2025 year in view. Obviously, when we get closer, that'll be a 2026 one. And we can just keep an eye on dates a bit more, especially for nutrition clients. I think that's going to be really, really helpful, because it's just going to be good to be able to map out where we need to be in each part of the year. Like, if have we got a period of the year we can sit a bit heavier, have we got a period we need to be specifically cutting, we can work around it like that and plan in advance. So that is another update that I've done. I've done quite a lot of updates on my sheets, to be fair, over the last week. I've not actually uploaded them onto clients' programs yet though. I'm going to get them all finished first and then I will slowly do that. But there's no major changes, just like slightly more details, and if anything, trying to make things more simple for them so they're easier to fill in, because the last thing people want is super complicated spreadsheets. And I like to think of myself as keeping things, I don't want to say as basic as possible, but as easy to follow as possible for my clients. Then anything more intricate that I need to know, I'll keep in a separate place, because it's just easier. And then obviously if they want to know more intricate detail, they can. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm just gonna crack on and get the session done, because this session only takes you about an hour anyway. So I don't need to end up rushing and being behind, but it just means I'm probably not gonna get to bed super early tonight, which is just a little bit sad. Another day of feeling quite hungry, to be fair, as well. Don't really know why. My calories are up, and then they're not up loads, to be fair, so that's obviously why. But yeah, just generally feeling really hungry, but I think that's also just because, I don't know, I'm just sitting at my desk bored, I guess. Who knows? Anyway, gonna stop talking and train.
It's alright, so let's move on. We head for the sky, it's alright. Our wings wouldn't fly, it's alright. If we are crashing down again, pieces of love, it's alright. Scattered in mud, it's alright. You're giving me a lie again. And tell me what you want, this time I won't take it to the heart, cause I know we won't make it out. I've heard it all before. Yeah, tell me what you want, let me hear that I'm the only one. You know that we won't make it out. We've heard it all before. It's alright.
Okay, so I literally just put the bar down for my last set of pulls. So overall, everything felt strong, everything felt good. My top set, it was okay. It was definitely like, it moved quicker than it felt. Like when I watched it back, it actually moved better than it kind of felt. Not that it felt that difficult, but I think I just really get in my head with deadlifts. So plan at the moment is to just really try and take them like really seriously, no matter what week of the block it is. And yeah, just kind of commit. I think as well, there is potentially the idea of pulling back my squats a little bit next block in the block into comp to really let my deadlift show up, but I can't speak. Haven't fully decided obviously yet, and I don't really want to change much in my last block, but at the same time, this comp is a low pressure comp, so if I'm going to change something, it might be worth doing now. But I thought I'd talk through why my deadlift isn't great in comparison to my squat right now. And my deadlift isn't bad, like it really isn't, it's just far behind my squat. And I did kind of mention it when I failed my top set last block, and it's just because of the fact that I'm pushing squats so much that there is obviously going to be an element of fatigue carrying over to my pulls, right? So even on my secondary squat day, which I did last night, so on a Tuesday I did my secondary squat day, which to be honest, in terms of intensity, isn't far behind my primary squat day on a Saturday. It's actually pretty similar intensity. Like I have two pretty high intensity, reasonably high volume squat days on Tuesdays and Saturdays, and then I deadlift on Wednesday. So I'm naturally going to be more fatigued coming into pulls. Like that is just how it is. But when it gets to comp block, what I need to remember, and what people like, if you're looking at this from a programming perspective, I think people like is worth knowing, is I'm going to be doing an almighty taper for my deadlift, right? So my last pulls will be about 10 days out from comp. It'll be the Wednesday the week before. So on week 3 of my 4-week block into comp, it will be my last pulls, and I'll probably literally just do a top single, possibly one back offset, but probably literally just a top single, leave it there, and then I won't deadlift again until comp day. So naturally, fatigue will obviously start to dissipate from deadlifts alone. On top of that, my last squat session of the block, which will be the Tuesday before comp, will be pulled back a little bit. Not massively, it will be more the back offs that are pulled back than the top set. Like I like to keep my top sets relatively intense, but it'll be like an RPE at X load, right? So I think it's just worth talking about the interference of the two lifts. And I actually had this conversation with someone the other week when I was at juniors last week. And we were just talking about the fact that my deadlift is bad. Like, it's not actually bad, obviously. And they said to me, like, do you not just think it's because you're pushing crazy squat volume? And I was like, yeah, of course it is. Of course it's the fact that there's interference from the two, and my squat volume is obviously pretty high, but my squat is going up at such a quick rate that it's worth sacrificing my deadlift right now. Like, it's almost like an unintentional squat focused block, like period of time right now. My squat is going up like kilos every single block. Like, I'm hitting rep PBs every single block at crazy numbers. Like, for how long I've been in the sport, for my total to be progressing this quickly is one thing. For one single individual lift to be progressing this quickly is a whole other thing. So essentially what I'm saying is I'm riding this momentum with squats. When the momentum slows, then I will 100% pull back and obviously prioritize deadlifts a bit more and give them the love that squats are currently getting. But there is definitely a sweet spot that I think I can figure out. And to be honest, I'm also wondering at this point, because I'm getting so much stronger so quickly, I do think that my secondary squat day being as high intensity as it is actually impacting my Saturday squat day in a somewhat negative way. So I think next block potentially even, I say next block, I probably should wait until after my comps to trial this, but I am, like I said, these are low pressure comps, they're just for a bit of fun. It's not gonna make a huge difference, right? The main difference is gonna be how mentally I think it's gonna impact me. And if I believe it's going to have a big impact, it's going to have a big impact. Whereas if I tell myself it's not a big deal, it probably won't have much of an impact. Like, it's all a mental game. But I'm potentially going to pull back my Tuesday session. Not necessarily pull the load back, because I think having that top set at a reasonably high load close to what I'm meant to be hitting for my next Saturday session is working really well, because it helps me with the confidence. But rather than doing like, so this block I'm doing a set of 4 on a Tuesday and a set of 2 on a Saturday as my top sets. Okay, well, I could just do a single or a double on that Tuesday. Say, like, that will automatically drop the RP by like 2, and then I can hit the top load on the Saturday, if that makes sense. But obviously I'm not gonna make any decisions right now. Like, these are things that have been going around my mind for a while, and I'm gonna sit and think about it and decide what I wanna try. But I just thought it was worth talking about like potential programming options to troubleshoot this stuff. But it is normal to have interference. Like, obviously squats and deadlifts are gonna impact each other. And I just happen to be a better squatter right now, so I'm just riding the wave. But I know for a fact that my deadlift strength is increasing, and I think after a taper, like at comp, I can definitely pull a PB. But it's just that thing of, because I haven't pulled close to it in training, which with deadlifts, it's normal not to go close to your max in training, because deadlifts just create so much fatigue, especially in your CNS. Like, people tend to pull them back a bit more in training than they would any of the other two lifts anyway. But it's just approaching comp day with confidence that I can pull whatever's on the bar, even though I haven't touched it, or like I failed reps at this weight previously and stuff like that. So it's all gonna be a mental game at the end of the day. But anyway, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to talk through from training and this programming day in like that perspective. I am gonna be honest though, absolutely flagging. I need to get in. I texted my boyfriend like 20 minutes ago, but I don't think he's seen it or he's ignored it. I full on had like an energy crash halfway through this session, and it's my own fault. I've always said that James put my food up this week. I've got extra carbs, very happy about it, but I keep not saving them for training. So all I had before I trained was an apple, and granted, I'm training later and I always get hungry in the evenings anyway at the minute. Like, it's just a thing that's been happening for a while now. If I train at like 3 o'clock, I don't have this because I've had, I don't know, I'm not as hungry, right? Like, I've had meals closer. So basically I need to start saving more carbs for these training sessions because I'm flagging. So I did text my boyfriend because we've got to go to the gym now and do accessories, but we've technically got to walk Zuko first. And I did ask him if he would walk Zuko for me because I'm not feeling great. But like I say, he's either ignored it or not seen it. I'm gonna tell myself he's not seen it. But yeah, I need to get Zuko walked and get to the gym as soon as possible because I haven't got any more food to have until I get home. And I don't want to have my last meal obviously between my training sessions because then I'll feel even worse. And I can definitely get through my accessories feeling this way. I just don't feel fantastic. I just feel like a little bit sicky and my energy's kind of crashed. But overall though, considering that, very happy with how done this went. Okay, so it is Thursday afternoon. It's 3 o'clock. Well, it's now about to be 3 o'clock. I'm not gonna lie, stress levels feel quite high today. There's a few like little reasons as to why. Like, I'm not crazy stressed. I did just go downstairs for like half an hour and I actually just sat in the garden with Zuko. And I literally just sat in the sun basically and just kind of tried to relax and just breathe, and like I turned my phone off and I just sat with him and it was quite nice. And obviously he's now going to climb on my lap. But yeah, my neck's been playing up today, which is also very annoying because my hair's gone wild. My neck's been playing up today, so if you've been around a while, you'll know I had a car accident quite a few years ago now. It's literally nearly 4 years ago. And I've just had really bad whiplash issues kind of ever since. And today I woke up and it was really bad again. And I think I know why. I think it's because I noticed with my training that I've been slacking with keeping my neck firmly against the bench pad when I'm benching. And that isn't great. Like, I need to be more strict with that. So when I was doing my last and yesterday, I was trying to make a conscious effort to be more strict with it. And I think as a result, my neck's kind of flared up again. So that's not ideal, but it'll go down a couple of days. It normally only lasts a few days. And then it just kind of gets to its like normal level of pain that I can kind of, I'm just used to at this point. So that's not great, but it's okay. I'm now going to dig into my lunch. I was in the office this morning as well, but I will confess, I did drive in. I woke up and I'd already kind of decided I was going to drive in. I don't know why he's barking. And I'm very glad I decided I was going to drive in, because as I was making breakfast, I was putting stuff, like moving stuff in the fridge, and I dropped my bowl of freshly cooked pork, which I literally had one portion of yesterday, on the floor, and the bowl smashed everywhere, pork went everywhere. So I had to clean that all up. So that was like a chaotic start to the day. And then yeah, I just drove into the office because to be honest, my feet have still been quite painful as well, and obviously my priority is walking Zuko, and I want to go for his evening walk this evening, so I just want to get outside as much as I can today, which ironically if I'd have walked to the office I would have been outside more, but you get what I mean. And also like just want to get home. Anyway, I'm now tucking into lunch. It is a late lunch, it is 3 o'clock. I've got egg whites with 1 egg mixed in with some chorizo, onion and peppers, and then I've also got some yogurt with some chia seeds, blueberries and some chocolate chips. Chia seeds for the added fibre that I was slacking on before I started working with Jane. But yeah, I'm gonna have this. It's a rest day today. All I've got to do, like apart from just catching up on replies now, but the benefit of working late yesterday is I have a lot less to do today. Obviously, like I just got myself ahead. So I don't have a lot of replies to get through either, because a lot of my clients either I got back to yesterday after their session and they haven't trained yet today, or they're having a rest day today. So I've not got tons of replies to go through either, which is also nice. So to be honest, I think within 2 hours I'll be done with work for the day, logged off before 5, walk Zuko and just chill out. Like I need a chilled evening. I need to make a chili up at some point tonight, and I was going to make a bolognese as well, just get some more meal prep done and in the fridge. But yeah, that is kind of the day. I'm really trying to stop myself when I'm feeling stressed, and that's something I kind of want to talk about. So I've been very hyper aware of it since starting with Jane, because we log my stress levels from day to day. And like today, knowing I felt a bit more stressed, I was like, right, first things first, less screen time, get off my phone, put my phone away. And then second thing is just get some fresh air, like I'm not someone that journals, I'm not someone that meditates, I'm not into like mindfulness, quote unquote, like, but obviously mental health and looking after yourself is really important. And I know for me the best thing is just like getting in the sun, getting some fresh air, just being present in the moment, which I think I've spoken about a lot recently in videos, just because I'm so much more self-aware of it at the moment. So yeah, just basically plan is to get logged off, somewhat good time tonight, and just chill out, enjoy the evening and make the most of the day.